Live from New York, it's Ask This Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a very thankful edition of Ask an Engineer. It's me, Lady Ada. With me is Mr. Lady Ada. We're broadcasting here from the Adafruit Gobble Gobble Turkey Factory, downtown Manhattan, where we make and design and test and ship all the wonderful electronics that you love to make and build and be creative with.
That's right.
It's very exciting. We've got a very thankful edition, of course, as I said.
Yeah, we're going to say thank you all night. So
Thanks, because that's how we are.
Yeah.
And also make gobble sounds. What's on tonight's show?
On tonight's show, the code is, thanks y'all.
Told ya.
10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything but Adabox and gift certificates. It supports us, a very thankful group of people. Thank you for purchasing stuff. It keeps Adafruit going. We don't have any loans or venture capital or anyone besides Lady Ada who runs this Adafruit company. She's a boss lady. So these are all our employees. They have like nice healthcare and 401ks. So when you purchase something, you could save $1 or $2 and also keep this Adafruit thing going. Show and tell. People around the world showing and sharing their projects. We had a lot of good projects this week. Pack the mailbags in and stop by. We're going to read your letters to us. Time travel. Look back in the world of makers, hackers, artists and engineers, current events and more. Some factory footage right here from Adafruit, a manufacturing facility in New York City. It's bonkers.
Amazing.
We take videos
for
of that.
real. Factory machines.
Nimbus to friendly cloud entity will stop by. We have some IoT news, 3D printing, some microbit projects, stuff from Raspberry Pi, new products, answer your questions. We have some top secret stuff.
Oh, goodies, yeah.
Going to give away something at the end of the show. All that and more on, you guessed it, Thank an Engineer. No, Ask an Engineer. Okay. All right, Lady Ada. Well, thank you all is the code. And a couple odds and ends here. You're watching Ask an Engineer every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We just got finished with Show and Tell every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. If you are in New York City, now things are going to get a little different on really peak days. So just look at the website. If we have same day on Friday or Monday, it'll be there. If things are too bonkers, we won't have it. But normally, during business days, if you order before 11 a.m. and you're in New York City and you're in one of the zip codes that we do same day, you can get your delivery same day. We have free deals going on, but there's some news about free deals.
Not a problem. I will explain. So we have freebies. If you order a certain amount of money or more of goodies on our site, we'll give you some free things. If you order $99 or more, you'll get a free half-size perma proto board, great for taking your breadboard projects and making them permanent. If you order $150 or more, we're going to give you a free Trinket M0, which you can run CircuitPython, or you can use it with Arduino. It's a supercharged Trinket. People love it. Order $200 or more, you get free UPS ground shipping in the continental USA. That's the UPS truck. If you order $250 or more, you get a free Gemma M0, which is a lovely small wearable you can use with your wearable projects, CircuitPython or Arduino. And we do not, at this moment, have the $299 or higher freebie. We ran out of Circuit Playground Expresses, which is
good problem to have.
Which is a good problem to have. We're going to be getting more, but we don't have an ETA. So until then, that's the only freebie that we don't have. But you do get everything else you see here. And as soon as we get more Circuit Playground Expresses made and in the shop, we will turn that back on. So you can check out /free.
Yeah, we update that frequently when it's peak season because sometimes we run out of the free items. But always come back because we're always mixing it up, always changing stuff, adding more stuff. Okay. Next up. So I talk about DHL every week, and normally I'm like, hey, look at these countries that we have DHL shipping.
A totally reasonable number that you could say out loud.
This is
Canada,
great.
UK, Germany, Belgium, France,
Ireland,
Italy,
done.
Netherlands, Portugal, Spain.
However,
But
things have changed. So
Totally different.
one thing, if you're international, we have one of the best options that allows customs, taxes, duty, all that paid before it even gets to you.
so you have no worries.
It just shows up.
Do you have any worries?
Not
those.
about this. So at this point, though, we just added a ton of countries. So if you're watching this internationally, so what I did is I took a screenshot inside of our video inside of our system here, and we have United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Sweden, Saudi Arabia, Romania, Portugal, Peru, Mexico, Japan, Italy. Like there's
Israel,
just a lot.
Germany,
Yeah.
France,
We've got a bunch.
Denmark,
And,
Czech Republic.
And I just changed phones, so I have to like get all the emojis and stuff like that. And I got distracted by the animojis. Yeah. So I'll do a new one that has all this stuff.
Okay.
But the goal is for us to be able to ship everywhere in the best way possible at the best price possible. So that's happening right now. Speaking of, we have more UPS options on checkout too, and more places. And this is like really big news. So we've listened to our entire community, to all parts of the U.S. When postal shipping was dipping to a spot where not all the packages were getting to people, we would say, okay, postal's not a great option. It just doesn't make it there, or it's so slow, or there's no tracking, even though there's supposed to be tracking, or it would disappear for a while and pop up somewhere else. Looks like that's kind of resolved. So as of today, right now, postal for all 50 states is on.
And we'll keep it on until it doesn't make any sense.
We'll keep it on until it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's happening right now. So if you need to get something and you just you're like, well, I don't want to use, like UPS ground is kind of the standard. Like you can get a ground package like $9 or something like that, and usually that's fine. Some folks, they're ordering just like one tiny thing, and I get it. I understand. We understand. And so we have that option.
So first class,
priority.
understood value, priority.
Yeah,
it's not priority bill. It's not that much cheaper than UPS ground, but it is a little faster to some locations. Some people like postal because the mailbox. They get delivery on Saturday. Or
if you for sure want it, please use UPS ground. It's worth it because like not getting it is you're probably like, oh, I would have spent like $2 more to just get it.
We've had really good.
Yeah, we don't use
UPS
SurePost or the other ones where there's handoffs. We use like real postal, real UPS, real DHL. So that's another shipping option we added. So this is exciting for a lot of people.
Yep.
And internationally, we can ship batteries. In the U.S., we can ship batteries. We do all the battery certifications. It's like a job. It's a lot of stuff. Okay. We have some shipping deadlines, and instead of talking about it, I'm gonna just play that video again because we have a video. Gotta use this video. I gotta use this up.
Yeah. No.
Okay, and it is Thanksgiving, so thank you everyone out there. We'll say thank you a bunch of times tonight, but most of all, thank you the entire community of people that have been with Adafruit, and then all the new people that are now part of Adafruit, from the employees to the customers to the community to the employees to the remote team members we have, to the folks who are on Twitter or social media and like give us that fuel of kind words and support. It matters. And most of all, thanks for, you have a lot of choices with electronics. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll do a Thanksgiving post, what we're thankful for. And then we also like to put like our promise. So there's lots of things that like we won't do. Like, when you go to a website and has the big pop-up that says sign up for newsletter. Nope.
I hate that.
We said we promise, so we can't break that promise.
Never.
We're not going to put like all those social media buttons and like, ugh.
Nope.
And take a look at our privacy policy. We're not going to sell you out. We're not going to let you down. We won't screw this up. There's a lot of things that I think people trust us, and the best way that we can be a good company is to not break the trust that we've been given. So we'll keep doing all this stuff as long as this works out. All right. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, thanks to Caitlin's dad, who makes these amazing graphics constantly. So Caitlin's dad did these videos, and there's always Adafruit stuff in it. So Caitlin's dad tweeted this, made a Sparky balloon for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Wouldn't it be neat one day if there was an Adabot or a Minerva or like Circuit Playground characters? It's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
I do like this.
And like again, Sparky be like,
Sparky. Sparky
Yeah.
is a cute monster.
Yeah. Okay. Also, on our website right now, we have a bunch of gift guides. And we have a bunch of graphics with the gift guides. And pretty much every day now there's a gift guide. There's a gift guide for NeoPixels, for telescopes, for space, for you name it, we have a gift guide. And then we also did some fun photos. We want to do, here's like some of our products and like these little ornaments. It's kind of nice, right? And then
Little trinkets.
stay tuned for Friday and Monday because we have a bunch of sales. And this is a clue. It's a clue of what the sales are going to be. Okay. Lady Ada, show and tell. People around the world showing and sharing the projects.
That's right.
What was on the show and tell this week?
Heck yeah, we had some wonderful visitors for our Thanksgiving-able show and tell. Start off with Phil B, Paint Your Dragon, who has been doing a lot of DMA NeoPixel hacking and wanted to show off a 16-channel NeoPixel DMA output on the new Metro M4. So like learning all about how to drive NeoPixels without using any processor time, which is really useful when you're building complicated projects. As he says, you can chew gum and, was it like walk and chew gum at the same time? JP had a live stream today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and it's the NeoMatrix Mark 1. It's kind of a cool like box with knobs and a 3x4 grid with buttons and Neo segments. So check that out. It's a cool project for configuring like LED colors and stuff. Kind of cool. Daniel said thanks for the circuit playgrounds we gave him for his classroom. The kids are going to be making some projects. Maybe they'll show up. And him and his assistant made a Raspberry Pi based arcade for their home with a Pi-Cade hat from Pimeroni and a Pi 3 and these LED buttons and the joystick. And it's fun to play Galaga on it, which is true. Sophie is working on Son of SelfieBot, SelfieBot version 2. There's a guide coming soon. She's trying to make it easier than ever to build SelfieBot using Raspberry Pi and maybe like have some diagrams etched into the acrylic. Rebecca has been having a great time doing classroom teaching to teachers with Circuit Playground Express and teaching students in an art class with Circuit Playground Express. So she's really like,
she's always really got both ends of the spectrum. Teach the teachers and teach the kids.
She loves teaching, and this is actually like great. I'm like, she's really happy, which is good.
One of the things that she said that we hear a lot, so she was doing a Circuit Playground, looked like a workshop, she sent some photos, and she had said, the teachers, they teach other subjects, they're not teaching code, they're learning, they themselves are learning, like, I don't really even use my phone that much, there's lots of things I don't know about technology, but within a few minutes they were able to do something with makecode.adafruit.com and use Circuit Playground for that. So that was cool. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yeah. Chris Young came by and gave his thanks to the maker community. Thank you, everybody. And he made a 3D printed Christmas ornament for Circuit Playground Express, and it looks like a Christmas tree, but it's like white and diffuse, and it looked beautiful because it was like the colors were reflecting into the plastic. Yeah. So that was a really cool project.
That's one of my yearly. Either I'll send an email or say it on the show, and you and I will send out emails or say it on the show. I'm really thankful that we got to meet Chris virtually, but his projects, all the stuff he does, and he introduced us, or it happened by whatever serendipity, Bill from AT Makers, and Bill is going to be on Ask an Engineer next week.
Oh, yay!
So we're going to have all sorts of assistive technology projects.
Yeah.
So,
and then Ryan has an update to the kid-friendly thermometer project. He's going to write up a guide, so check that out when it comes out. He also added a toggle switch, a push button, and wants to do some data logging. So this is kind of turning into like an internet of thermometers. Cool.
Yeah, we probably need to keep an eye on the temperature of this planet.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, no judgment, just keep good track of it for a bit.
And then GB built an LED matrix on Arduino. It's a 3x5 matrix now, but maybe it'll be more. He wants to add a shift register to make it easier to add more LEDs, and it runs off Arduino. Maybe make a proto shield out of it. Right now it just says hello world, and he wants to make it bigger and better, and also his friend was helping him out. So good teamwork.
Yeah.
And that was the show and tell.
Okay. All participants on the show and tell get an As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. Or if you make something cool, we'll probably send you out more stuff. Just email support@adafruit.com and we will send you a show and tell sticker.
Yay!
If you're under 13, just have a parent do that. We were supposed to say that, so I'm saying it. Okay. This is part of our Adafruit Live series of shows. We are on Discord. If you want to interact with us 24/7, 365, as it was described as the hackerspace, you can bring your granddaughter to. We are at adafruit.it/discord. That's where we're now. That's where we're going to answer questions. Even after the show, all times, that's where we're at. John Park had some live shows. Today, he did a live show. And he made a video for, I think this is the mystery box or Escape the Room. He's always working on these.
This is the NeoMatrix.
This is the NeoMatrix thing.
But he's like, it could be used for, like almost everything cool can be used for escape projects.
Yeah, I thought it looked like a Stargate. Like, there's a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah.
I think kind of everything looks like a Stargate right now.
You have a lot of Stargate.
I'm rewatching, because they have this thing called StargateCommand.co, and you can...
what is it?
You can watch the Stargate series. So I'm rewatching Stargate Universe.
How many Stargates are there?
There's 3 series, a couple movies, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But
they keep building these Stargates, huh?
Stargate Universe is kind of neat because they're just trapped on the ship and they just have to they have to make stuff all the time.
Has the Stargate ever worked out?
It's much like the transporters. Like, this has the worst intergalactic OSHA safety record. It's like, guys, like, why? Like, come on. It's like it takes you another dimension. Like, you get turned inside out. Like, just you're in someone's body, and you're like, you know what? Like, maybe it isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just drive.
Maybe take a break.
But you know what? It's kind of cool. Wormholes are cool. Okay. So, anyways, here's JP's video.
Hi, I'm John Park for Adafruit, and this is the NeoMatrix Mark I. The NeoMatrix Mark I is a button box that has an RGB display and a phone keypad matrix as an input. I've also got a couple of knobs on it, a speaker for output, and this little lighted switch. So what's it for? You could use the NeoMatrix as a crypto key generator, or you could use it as a puzzle in an escape room. It could even be a controller for something like a CNC machine, or even a music step sequencer. It's really up to you what software you put on it. At the heart of it is an Adafruit Metro, which is running Arduino software that I've written, and that software is available in the guide. Let's take a look at what I've programmed this one to do, which is kind of in a demonstration mode. So the first thing you'll notice is that we can press the star key to look at the hue of the colors that we're displaying. As I change the knob, we can see different colors based on a hue saturation value color wheel. Now you'll also notice that the pitch is changing as we're changing the hue. And that could be part of a puzzle that you use sound and color to come up with an answer. Now if I use the keypads here, you'll see that I get different sounds in the hue that I've selected on the knob, but the pitch of them goes up with the hue as well. Now we also have a value knob, which is going to change the overall brightness of the display. Let's type in something that maybe we've come to from playing some sort of a game where we've gotten clues and we have to enter in numbers with certain color values. Five, 3, 6, 9, 9, 7. Let's press the Enter key to see what happens. acorn. In very particular colors. Perhaps this is the next clue. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and this is the NeoMatrix Mark I.
Okay, remember I was talking about we have live shows? Well, if all things work out, Bill from AT Makers is going to be here next week. You may know some of Bill's projects. We cover them. He does fantastic videos, does all sorts of assistive technology for kids and more. And he's going to be on the show, going to bring some stuff. And so if there's anything, I might even put this as like number one. So most thankful thing is the things that we work on. Like, we're trying to change the world. We have our little part. Can't fix everything yet. But watching what people can do with our stuff to help others, and in the assistive technology community, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's like, it's a difference between being able to, especially for a kid, being able to do all the things that kids want to do or not.
Yeah.
And we never set out to have our stuff used like that. It just works really well. The code's open source, the hardware's open source. So
it's easy to hack and mod and
yeah.
You know, adapt. It's like, oh, this project I need 3 switches instead of 4, or I need it to be capacitive touch or resistive touch. All that is documented and available. And
because everything has like infrared, or it has Bluetooth, and we have Bluefruit, and we have these low-cost boards that are easy to use for makers. Boy, that worked out.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it next week.
Yep. Okay, CircuitPython. So there's some CircuitPython news, Lady Ada. What's the latest that you remember? Because there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We have a ton more Gemma guides that check out the blog post Phil B posted. We have been going through our Gemma tutorials and updating them with CircuitPython code, so you can use them with Arduino or CircuitPython or the Gemma M0, which is a big deal. So there's a ton of example projects now for CircuitPython. Especially with the Gemma, but of course you can use that code for other things. We also, Tony D has been doing an amazing job going through our sensor libraries and either adapting them, upgrading them, and also adding documentation to breakout boards. So your favorite breakout board, from the NPR 121 to the BME 280 to the TSL 2561, probably has a CircuitPython code page with links on how to install the driver and example code. For CircuitPython. We also released a new bundle today, and we're working hard on M4.
Yeah. And then I have a little bit of an update. I think I showed, it's not out yet, so I'm just going to skip to that. So we have, we're testing out temporary Blinka tattoos. So this is exactly 7 days. So I take showers and like wear gloves and do normal human stuff. So this is after 7 days, and it was, that's really good as far as temporary tattoos. And we wanted to get a place in the US, found it. I tested. I don't think the temporary ink leaked into my bloodstream and changed me more than I normally change.
Yeah.
So it's working out. I'm going to wash this off tonight because I wanted to see what happens if I just go like 7 days. 7 days, let's see what happens. Don't do anything different. Pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
So
how do you take them off when you're done?
Well, there's instructions on the back. I think like baby oil or something.
It's always baby oil.
Not made with real babies, apparently. I asked, and they're like, no, it's
it's
not real babies. I'm like, all right, fine. Okay, favor, if you have a Circuit Playground Express, go to makecode.adafruit.com, plug it in, and be delighted. I'm going to read a quote from a tweet that just came in, because this is what it is. Just now I plugged in my Adafruit Circuit Playground Express in lights and sound. I went to makecode.adafruit.com and wrote the program below. Push download. It works under a minute. I had working code on the board. Huge kudos to Adafruit and Microsoft. So that's Mike Barella, who wrote Getting Started with Adafruit Trinket. He's a real deal.
He's an engineer.
Yeah, he visited and we got a signature on the book. So that's high praise, because he's written about every way to program an Adafruit Trinket or NeoPixels in some way. And even for an expert, this is delightful. That's great. Next up. Getting the word out about this. So Moo's kind of in like beta. So if you have pip, you can... I have a blog post.
Python and pip, you can pip install moo-editor and then just type in moo and you can try it out. And there's updates and revisions going in, but it's in a beta.
It's a very easy way to do Python, specifically CircuitPython. When you plug in our boards, it'll say which Adafruit board do you want, and you get REPL and you get an IDE. It's free, it's open source, works on Linux, Mac, PC. Kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's going on. I'm thankful for Nick Toll. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And Carol introduced. Okay.
Carol.
All right. Now back. So we read your letters to the entire company every single week at State of the Fruit. This week, State of the Fruit, we're not doing it because we have so much shipping to do. So we're doing Notes Edition. So everyone in the company gets all of the information about the company, like what we spend money on, what we do. We're like super weird, transparent like that. And we also have pizza. But we also read these emails. So this is the one that we would have read. I cannot explain the details, but I am overjoyed by the tech that I have found and purchased here. Thanks for opening up some of the most hard-to-find solutions, from 3D sensors to 1-foot HDMI cables, which I cannot even find at Fry's. You have helped me tap into my inner maker and have not spent a bundle doing so. I hope the best for you and your team. You are on to something really good. Billy.
Yay, thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy. You can call our phone at the end of the show, but you can call any time. It's OwnBitStab, that's the phone number. And leave a nice message. We listen to them. We also play those sometimes. Okay, time travel. Look back in the world of makers, hackers, artists, and engineers. This week, so we do time travel Tuesday on every Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like to do is, like, there's lots of folks that it's like, wow, like, why haven't we heard of this person? They did a bunch of stuff. So we try to celebrate people that you always hear, like, oh, the beautiful mind guy. You know, ooh, he's good at math. Yeah. You know, there's lots of other people too. That guy has a movie. He's done.
He's done, yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. So 1933, American mathematician Etta Zuber Falconer was born. Happy birthday. She was one of the first African-American women to receive a PhD in mathematics. And read the whole bio, read the life story. This is how I think people can learn about folks. And, like, I didn't put it in the show, but, you know, there's lots of pioneers in everything. But even in science, sometimes folks get overlooked. So this is a way that we can get the word out. We're an electronics blog, and we're a store, but we've also kind of started to become the historical record of reintroducing a lot of pioneers and heroes in math and science.
Yeah.
It's our job now.
It's cool.
No one else is doing it.
Yay.
We'll do it. So, yeah, check it out. Okay, next up, some open source hardware news. Lady Ada, we are an open source hardware company, and to prove that, we have all these tutorials and guides on hardware. We have 1,323. What did you put on the big board this week?
The new projects this week were, okay, so we had the RG Boy game controller hack. That was last week's JP's project. We are skipping this week's 3D project because it's a Thanksgiving week, but they'll be returning very soon when they're back from a well-deserved break. And then this week I put in 2 guides for products that we put in the store recently. The Adafruit Wink 1500 Wi-Fi shield for Arduino. So just example code, pinouts, library, schematics, fixing objects and all that. And then also for this week's new product, the I2S stereo decoder, the UDA 1334A. Yeah, 1334. Numbers. Yeah. And that's a lovely I2S decoder. I'll be talking about that. Just example code for Arduino and Raspberry Pi so you can get set up really fast with your I2S decoder if you buy one.
Okay. And the chill drink bot is up there, and also Hackaday just posted it right before we on the show. And I just got a sticker. Well, we have some Hackaday stuff here, so congrats, JP. It's nice when Hackaday posts some cool projects from the Adafruit team.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun project. It's kind of like an over-engineering, and I kind of love it for that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just totally, because everyone's like, oh, you have this like chiller. You should totally make a drink chiller. And I'm like, okay, let's actually try it and see if it works.
I like drink chillers better than BattleBots. Nothing against BattleBots. BattleBots are fine. Yeah. BattleBots is covered. But I like the drinky bots and like the art bots and robots that like read stories to kids and stuff. Okay. More open source hardware news. So close today. So I have a package coming in from China.
Yeah.
And this is the Sinobit. We talked about this before. This is Electro, and Naomi. And I ordered one. They said, okay, we're opening up for orders. They do this cool thing where when they ship your order, they have a picture of it and then your invoice.
We actually talked about doing this.
It's a camera right before it goes out. That's kind of cool.
Because it's a common thing. People are like, did you really ship it?
Yeah.
But in the end, we ended up having such a good shipping system, we don't have that issue.
Well,
but we did talk about it.
Back in the day. And if anyone is a longtime Ask an Engineer community member, one of the things that we did when it was just you and I, you would be kidding. I would be doing the shipping, and I turned on the free webcam we got, and there was a couple people in the Ustream chat, and they're like, if I order something right now, will you show me and ship it? I'm like, yeah. And that's how Ask an Engineer started. Then it's like, oh, I have some questions about stuff. So that's what it was.
You asked questions while we're shipping and kidding. It was during the holidays, too.
Yeah, so a little bit of an update. I am thankful for a cool community of people that helped out a situation. Mm-hmm. So this is Naomi. There was an issue with Make Dale the publisher, said something in his own words was stupid on Twitter, deleted the tweet, said apology, didn't quite hit the mark right away. Apologies are hard.
They're very hard.
Because you have to have actions and like, here's what we can do to fix the thing. And after 11 days, we were asked to help out a little bit behind the scenes and see if there was some way to find something that both people could move forward together on, because we're better together. Much like the open source community, or pretty much the world right now, if we keep getting divided up, we're not going to make it. So thank you for helping out with this. Bunny helped out with this. A couple other people helped out with this.
It's a challenge because you want to make sure that everyone involved, they put in the actions that resolve things, because it's really easy to just say, well, I give up, there's no way this is ever going to be resolved.
That was it.
And forget it, but that's not. We can actually make this work out. Yeah,
there's always a solution. So rewatched a bunch of Picard, got my Darmok.
No, you made me watch a lot of Picard.
I do like science fiction with a moral message, because this was about diversity in the universe and like how do you bring people together. So I like the themes that Gene Roddenberry put in Star Trek. So I mean, I read other books on diplomacy and world history, but this was interesting, and it's over. Looks like it's going to work out. So the end result is Naomi's going to be on the cover of Make. There's going to be a feature about Sinobit. There's going to be an effort for Naomi to visit Maker Faire. There is a permanent English and translated Chinese apology. So thank you, Naomi, for thanking us, because we had an opportunity to help. I really like it when we can help. So that's over.
But they were the ones that...
In the end, it was all about getting two people to the table, even if it's virtual, and building off something that everyone, when an issue happens, agrees with. Everyone wants more people to make stuff. Everyone wants more people in China to learn about the Maker Movement, the Maker Movement to learn about China. So there was a real big coming together. One thing I'm not happy about, and I just got to say it, is on Twitter, and I did an article about this, there is a little bit of, and I had to refer to this art project. So there was an art project, I think it was 2003, where an artist put out like 10 blenders, really nice blenders. There was like one big button on it, like Super Blend, and filled them each one with water and put a goldfish in each one. And the idea was, let's see how long we can keep these in the gallery before someone comes along and liquefies the fish. And got pretty far. One guy came in later, and I don't know if he pressed the button like this or like did one and the other, but it caused some problems. And the problem was the museum said, hey, like this is animal cruelty. Artist said, you know what, I'm not gonna pay the fine. And so it went to court. This was in the Netherlands, and the experts were the blender company, a fish doctor, like PhD in fish, and then the artist.
If it was a doctor, it was just a fish.
Dr. Fish. And so fish doctor's like, you know what, like they don't really feel pain the same way, and it was instant, and the blender company's like, these are really nice blenders. And so I think the compromise was you can keep the exhibit there, but you just have to unplug the blenders. And I think if an alien civilization contacted us, I think the first thing they might say is, hey, we sent your artist this fish blender test. How'd that work out? And we'd be like, oh no. Because Twitter and social media is starting to turn into that, where we're destroying each other instantly. When we were doing this, there were people criticizing you, me. You're not doing enough yet. We're like, please just, we're getting parties to talk to each other again.
It's fun to press the blender
And
button.
it was, the blender was getting constantly pressed. Now, that was 2003. 2006, Twitter came out, March of 2006. Could you imagine an internet-connected blender online right now with water and a fish in it? How long do you think that fish would last?
Like 0.3 seconds.
Right? And so what does that mean?
It actually might take a long time because everyone would be trying to jam the button, so they would be pressing it so much that the website might go down. That's like the best possible outcome for this blender.
So we're trying different things so people can hang out in Discord. It's more than just like a comment and a thing. If we're going to be a maker community and a group of people, we're going to get put in the spotlight. How do we handle things when they come up? So we'll see. So this worked out. There's more to do. But thank you everyone who helped out. There's a long list of people. We all tried to figure out a way to bring people together. Lots of technology. Lots of emails. Lots of phone calls. Lots of everything. And the writers of some of the Star Trek Next Generation episode, I got to thank them too. Because like,
yeah, that really helped.
Whew, man. All right. So that's over and done.
All right. So thank you everybody for helping.
Yeah, thank you. Adafruit Daily. adafruitdaily.com. We don't spam you. It's a separate site. We have all these newsletters. Check out Maker Business. We have a lot of neat stuff in there. And, of course, we have, I think, the only newsletter about MicroPython.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Tony D writes that one. So check that out. Okay, factory footage. We are a U.S. factory. We make stuff.
Let's see what's up.
We have videos.
This week.
Okay, and we have some more. So this is the Adafruit logo draw. No, this is a laser cutter.
Yeah, tester fixture for the part number 3406. Yeah. So it uses a J-Link and a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
And so we have little locations for them.
The laser.
That's nice.
We have the same laser. We just only had to replace the tube. Like 10 years old now. It's good. And then we have this is the solder droplets from the reflow oven.
Yeah.
And then this one is
the Adafruit. Oh, sorry. This is more solder droplets.
Yeah.
More droplets.
And this
is the AxiDraw.
This is the AxiDraw, and it's drawing. Can you guess what it is? It's probably pretty easy to guess. And this is from Evil Mad Scientist Laboratories. They make the AxiDraw. That's a nice logo. Yeah. Okay. And this is what our pick and places fall asleep to every night. This is outside our window. Yay, New York. All right. This is Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity. We are knee-deep in our 6-part series, All the Things, partnered with DigiKey. And what's neat is you're explaining and going through protocols, transports, pretty much everything with IoT. We're going to call one, the S stands for security in IoT because there's not. And so we have interviews, we have cool authors, we have videos, and it's going through all the things about IoT. Next one that we're filming soon is services, all the different IoT services, including Adafruit IO, of course. But there's more than just Adafruit IO, I've heard. So we have a little promo
I only use Adafruit IO.
Yeah. I like to try the other ones because then it's like, well, what can we learn from them?
Yeah.
Before it gets sunsetted. Not our stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's tough because the IoT services don't usually have a great business model. It's like, get eyeballs. And then we'll figure it out later. Ours is like, well, we sell hardware, so people can buy hardware. And then we have the Plus version now. All right, so here's the promo video. Okay, and don't forget we launched IO Plus. That gives you more of everything you like with Adafruit IO. There is folks who are like, I run an entire farm on IO. Can I get more feeds, more bandwidth, more of this? And so, yeah, you can.
You can.
You can do that now. All right, 3D printing. On Pedro, always printing up something. So this week we moved the schedule around because it's a holiday week. So a couple things. If you want to see the layer by layer this week, you can just go to our YouTube channel. It's a Fusion 360 tutorial, creating wires for components, and a Fusion 360 tutorial using McMaster car hardware. That was cool.
That was cool, yeah. Getting the exportable 3D files and then using them. They provide them, now you can actually use them.
Yeah. You know what I like is we still live in a world where it's not all on Amazon yet. I remember there was a few attempts for Amazon.
They did Amazon Parts.
They did Amazon Parts, they did Amazon Industrial, and they tried to... They said, "Oh, McMaster Card's a cool business. Let's just like try to."
And they tried
Amazon
to like basically they like cloned it, but they didn't do a very good
job. They even did
line
drawings.
I
hope there's archive.org of that version of Amazon.
It was weird.
They backed out of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. McMaster Car actually said like we're not. They were like not scared. We talked to some McMaster.
Yeah, they're like,
good luck with that.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
We're not there as a company where we can just never worry about anything, but. You know, it's a lot of work to make an Adafruit, 3,000 products, and we manufacture stuff, and like.
And it's not just like stocking the parts; it's like all of the things.
To support the tutorials, videos,
the photos, the explanations, the corrections, the data sheet. It's just like it's.
So people sell our stuff on Amazon. We have some great distributors, but so far, besides like kind of the either counterfeits or in the clone world, there hasn't been an Adafruit-like company. Amazon is not interested in this yet. And maybe when we get to $1 billion, they will. But that's kind of neat that McMaster, in this post-Prime world, post-Amazon world, is still thriving. That's cool. Okay. We also have a time lapse. All right, don't forget, 3D Hangouts will start up again Wednesday of next week. We do Microbit Monday. Every Monday we try to find a cool project, someone doing something interesting with Microbit. This week, I like this one. This is a bicycle light because, you know, we're Adafruit. We like bicycle lights.
Ooh.
So that's a Microbit bicycle light.
Oh, what a cool animation. Yeah.
And then here's something we don't usually do, but we're going to do it this week. So we get approached a lot, like, please promote my Kickstarter, my Indiegogo, my crowd thing. And we usually stay away from that because it's unclear if it's going to work out. And then sometimes when they work out really well, there'll be someone who's like, I've never done hardware and I have like a Kickstarter that got $1 million. Can you make my Kickstarter? I didn't really think about the making of the stuff yet, or Indiegogo. So we generally stay away from that stuff. However, this one is a Raspberry Pi gaming platform. It's called Pip. And I think they just passed their backer amount. So it's like, okay, this is neat. And I thought it was a cool example of using a Raspberry Pi for a gaming platform. And it reminds me of the Switch. It has little detachable things. And I thought it'd be cool to show the video.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to show the video.
Most kids know their way around smartphones and tablets. Some even know a few basic programming tricks. But we think it's time to power up and take things to a new level. We want to equip kids to become the programmers, designers, makers, and inventors of the future. We are Curious Chip, and this is Pip. Pip is a handheld gaming system for a new generation of makers. It brings learning, coding, inventing, tinkering, and making together, all through play. Play is powerful. When kids play, they learn vital skills. With Pip you can play games, bring fresh life to old favorites, or invent brand new games. Code the classics, then play them your way with, say, a control pad made from electric paint. And go bananas! Pip gets you inventing in the real world. The more you experiment, the more you'll learn. make an app to check on your plants, or make the next pop hit. At the heart of Pip is a Raspberry Pi.
I've got a Pip. From an educational perspective, there's something incredibly powerful about creating content and then being able to share it with other people. These things are cool. They're doubly cool. They're 10 times as cool if you can take them out into the world and show people. So I'm super excited about this.
There are so many possibilities. Because Pip is handheld and has its own screen, battery and Wi-Fi connectivity, you can play wherever you like. Drag and drop programming is cool, but with Pip you learn to code in multiple languages. Real coding skills are like superpowers. You learn to control technology, and that's exciting. Pip expands and grows with your creativity. Master the basics, then move on to the next thing. Pip has as many functions as you have ideas. We want our community to grow together. Make something you're proud of, then share your projects to our ever-growing online arcade. We're so excited to see what you make. Never underestimate the power of tinkering. By breaking things and making things, kids learn the vital skills they need to understand and influence their worlds, all through play. So please back and share Pip, and with your support we can empower the tinkerers of today to become the makers of tomorrow.
And that's our Pi news for the week. So, Lady Ada, before we get into new products,
Gobble,
code
gobble,
is
gobble,
thanks,
gobble.
y'all.
Okay, hold on. I gotta
And I
clean
really
up.
meant it. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, hold
From
on.
Lady Ada, from everyone at Adafruit. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, y'all. Okay.
You ready to do this thing?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Gobble, 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 gobble.
All right, it's new products time. A little reminder, if you have an Adafruit account, sign up for the new products newsletter. It's really hard to sign up for it and do. It also is one of our more popular newsletters, the only one that's inside of an Adafruit account. We never send it to you unless you ask for it. But people kept asking, so we did it. So, this week, Lady Ada.
Okay, we have two connectors that are part of a pair. This is a USB-A plug, terminal block breakout. This is really handy if you just want to like really quickly make a USB cable or you want to like attach to a USB device. So I thought these were really neat, and we have them in both this plug type, and then we also have the socket type. So you get both types. And what's neat is, as you can see in this photo, the terminal block detaches, so it's kind of easy if you want to make a detachable cable, if you want to like hot swap them. So you get, we only have the A type, but you can usually like connect, you know, that socket to like a micro USB cable, and that way you can like connect to micro USB. And so here is, I'll just quickly show it off. So you get the terminal block. So yeah, you got like your standard A, and I can never remember the pinout order, because like it's like really hard to remember if it's like, oh, from this side or from like that side. So I always get it wrong. So it's nice is that they're labeled. So it says here, it's kind of dark, but you can read ground, D+, D-, plus, and S. Stands for shield. So that's the metal shielding. So sometimes you ground it and sometimes you don't. And then yeah, you can like unplug this, and then no soldering required, just use a screwdriver. So really, really handy. I think people really like our DIY USB connectors, and this is like the easiest one of all to use. Check that out.
Okay, next up. Here we go.
Okay, so finally we have these, and this is awesome. This is the AIY Voice Kit. So this is a Google AI, sort of like a DIY Google Home type device. They're selling fast. We still have a bunch in stock. This is the kit. You add a Raspberry, well, we have two. We have a kit that includes the Raspberry Pi, the SD card, power supply, and screwdriver, and also just the individual voice kit if you already have a Raspberry Pi 3 on hand and you want to like build it out. And you make your own little voice. You have a little hat that comes with it, and you plug it on and you put it into this case, and it turns into a DIY assistant.
I practiced because I wanted to make sure that I could ask some cool stuff.
Okay, so it's ready.
Yeah, so watch it. Folks, you're going to like this. And let's put it here like this. So
okay.
It's going to be live. Okay, Google. Who is Lady Ada?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Oh, no. Okay, Google. Who is Lady Ada?
According to Wikipedia, Limmer Fried is an American electrical engineer and owner of the electronics hobbyist company Adafruit Industries.
Yeah, so it doesn't know your name, but it knew Lady Ada. Now, I had another one. I just had to figure out how to pronounce it. Yeah. Pronounce it right. Okay, Google. What is Adafruit Industries?
According to Wikipedia, Adafruit Industries is an open-source hardware company based in New York City.
That's true.
It was founded by Limmer Fried in 2005 in her
right.
Massachusetts Institute of Technology dorm room.
That's right.
But you can also ask it like other questions, like the weather or like movies.
I'm going to try that.
Okay, try.
Okay, Google, what's the weather?
It's currently 39 and partly cloudy there. The forecast tonight is 37 and clear with periodic clouds.
Yeah.
Okay, Google, what time is it?
8:50.
Okay, that means we must be doing new products.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. So I thought maybe I could actually like sort of take this apart if we're done doing the demo. Is that okay? Because I'm going to unplug it.
Oh, yeah, completely learned its secrets. Take it apart.
Let's unplug it. So let's just quickly take it apart, because why not? So inside, so you can see there's a Raspberry Pi and then the voice hat. And the voice hat's hackable. You can like connect servos and like breakouts. There's a speaker, but you can have a stereo speaker. You can add another speaker on top. You can use one of our breakouts. If you want to have stereo, the speaker wire goes over here, and then the speaker mounts into this cardboard box. And then you've got one of like arcade buttons, basically, and then a dual I2S microphone that works with the voice hat. So this is kind of an all-in-one kit, and like you do have to do a little bit of software setup, but they make it pretty easy to get going. You just burn the image and follow the instructions, and the booklet, which is by Magpie, also has a bunch of cool projects and hacks and mods if you want to do more with it. So like if you want to wire up extra parts or attach a servo or control a DC motor. So it comes with a really beautiful instruction book. I think this is a really good holiday project because it maybe takes a few hours on the weekend, but you can basically build your own voice kit.
Yeah, and we're new products, but I'm just going to mention something. So makers, hackers, artists, engineers, everyone out there, this type of voice assistant and AI is absolutely going to be here. It's not going away. So I have a couple choices. You get the sealed one that you don't know how it's working. You can't turn it off. You don't understand all the different things. You can't change it. You can't do anything. Or we can show all these big companies how valuable we are, and we can make this work for us. Right?
Yeah.
This is our chance. So I think this is a good idea. I'm the same person who watches the Foreman project. Hey, everybody, watch out! And I think this is a good idea because if we can understand it, take it apart, make it do things, modify it, then it's more ours. Especially if it's something so intimate that's living in your home that could potentially constantly be listening to you.
Yeah. And
so why not understand it? Yeah. All right. So this is a good idea.
So yeah, we have it both as an all-in-one pack. Basically, you get everything you need, and also just the box itself. Both are available.
Yeah. So shout out to Google for doing this.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of things that are this easy to start interacting with, like AI and more. This is a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it actually turned out a lot. By the way, like I wasn't really sure when I first heard about this. I was like, is it really going to work out? But actually, like it's a really fun kit.
Yeah, and I like that they bundle with Magpie and Raspberry Pi is working on this. This is a Linux computer. You can do a lot of cool stuff. Okay. Next up. Star of the show, besides our community of cool people and Lady Ada, is this?
It is an I2S DAC. It's basic, but it's useful. This is the UDA 1334A I2S DAC. This is really nice. As I2S DACs go, this one's really nice. It's stereo line level out. It has all sorts of extras like muting or like different modes. It has a built-in phase lock loop, so you don't need an M clock signal. What this is used for is if you have a microcontroller board that doesn't have analog outputs, but you want to play audio. This is what it's good for, audio playback. That's where you would add this in for like Raspberry Pi Zero, for example, or Raspberry Pi if you want like digital audio, or if you have like a high-end Cortex microcontroller or a microcomputer. They often don't have analog output. Instead, you're expected to hook up an I2S analog converter that takes digital data and does the analog conversion for you. This is a very low cost but very high quality DAC. I was using it for a very long time at home as like I plugged in my nice headphones. It's we set it up so it's very low noise, has a lot of filters in it, and it's ready to be used with higher impedance headphones or line out. It's kind of our idea, kind of the best DAC out there for the price. It's not like super crazy audiophile, but for 99% of projects, this will do the job very well.
Okay, and with that is new product. So, Lady Ada, let's do a new product recap.
Okay, New, we've got some breakouts for USB. We've got USB A male plug type and USB socket female type. With a terminal block breakout, you get power, ground, D-, D+, and shell, so you can very easily make breakouts or cables. We have the Google AIY DIY AI Assistant for Raspberry Pi Kit. We have it both as this box with all the parts you need, no soldering required. Add a Raspberry Pi, power supply, SD card, and you can build your own Google Home powered AI assistant. It's really fun. And we have the UDA1334A I2S DAC. It's a really nice stereo DAC, good quality but not too expensive, an easy way to add a stereo audio output to your digital microcontroller or Raspberry Pi or microcontroller.
And that's the new product for the week.
Thanks, everybody.
Yay! All right. Well, if you like some of this stuff and you want to help support an open source hardware company here in New York City, USA, planet Earth, Milky Way Galaxy, use the code. Thanks, y'all. All the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time and this timeline. Let's do some It's Not Out Yet.
Okay.
From the Adafruit Vault.
Some good stuff. We have all sorts of stuff.
We have some top secrets. Some of this is a little bit of a show and tell, but I just have top secrets. So, well, Mike Brella brought this. This is one of the first chips that could go to space. He brought that for the Adafruit.
Yeah, this is a hardened microcontroller.
Yeah.
What's cool is this is from like the 60s or 70s, but it's
space chip.
Maybe even 80s,
yeah.
but it's nice quality.
Mike used to work at like HP on the first disk drives, like floppy disk drives. So he brought one of these. He made.
So you used to solder these by hand.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So this is going in our Adafruit museum. You can see the little.
Because we were talking about like people think that stuff is machine made, but it's really handmade. And he's like, oh yeah.
And then this is people have seen this, but I ordered one of these from Tindy. This is the Hackaday badge, which is super fun for me because when I started Hackaday, these were some of the things I wanted to get to, and it's real. It's a thing. This is great. You can. It turns into a camera. Let me flip it over. So we're gonna play around with this.
It's a camera mode.
And then can you back the camera out a little bit?
Yeah.
And then this, they sent this to me. This is the latest like Hackaday like comic zine. It's called Unformatted, and we were looking at this. It's just like this is the type of stuff that I like to do.
It's cool. It's
and
totally
like,
zine.
and there's like a comic inside of it.
Yes.
And Hackaday is really doing all the things that it's from the hack chat. Like this is really neat. There's my
this kind of stuff is like really hard to do, and they did an excellent
It's beautiful.
job.
Like this is I'm saving this forever. And then you have some like real. It's not out yet. This stuff is not really secret.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff. So I got we've been playing with e-inks, and we're almost done. So we've got all sorts of different sizes, and we're doing it in a really smart way. So you'll be able to actually use these e-ink displays with your Arduino or microcontroller. We're adding like SRAM and like buffering and just like doing everything nicely. So this is 1.5 inch, 2.13 inch, 2.9 inch, and 4 inch. And like this one is really nice because it's just about the same size as an Arduino. So I think this one would be a really good Arduino shield or Raspberry Pi.
I'm really excited about these.
Yeah, so this is the red black ones. We'll also have ones that are just black and white. People have been starting to see them.
The dual ones are nice.
Yeah, so you can just see the lines, and they're pretty high resolution. And of course, what's nice is when you turn them off, the image is still there. So
what else is it's not out over there?
We got this like SMD.
Oh, this is.
kit.
I think this isn't a secret or anything. I just got this with the stuff I ordered from Tindy. Hackaday supply frame. And then they gave me some stickers. So I got a bunch of stuff.
Okay, so we got some stuff.
Okay, so that's it's not out yet.
This is like a
that's a little 3D printed Tindy dog.
Okay, hi.
Okay, back in the vault with all you secret stuff. Okay, let's do some questions. Post up in where could you post up?
Discord.
Oh yeah, that's right, Discord. That's where you answer the questions. That's why you want to be there. All right, start hitting the questions. Someone wanted to know a couple of questions. Can you make the AIY turn off without unplugging it and corrupting the SD card?
Well, we have a read-only file system tutorial that we did. I think that this project is kind of meant to always be on. If you wanted to turn it off, you can add a switch to like the enable microphone pin, or maybe you could hack the code to disable. I think you can make it so you have to press the button, and then you can just like not press the button to instead of having like a word that it listens for, just make it so that you have to press the button to enable it, which don't press it.
Yeah, and then during the QA, which Which feathers have the I2S output? I think the Teensy with adapter can, but can the M0 M4s?
The M0 definitely has I2S on the standard pins, which is D9, D0, D1. The ESP8266 technically has I2S, but it's really hard to use because I think it shares the serial port pins. The ESP32 has I2S, but I don't know if it's ported or documented on Arduino. The 324 definitely does not have I2S.
Oh. I don't know if this is real, but someone says you can say, okay, Google, shut down. Maybe it does.
You know, I actually tried that, and it said it didn't know what I was talking about, but it could be I wasn't enunciating correctly.
Yeah.
It's something like shut down Pi or shut down, but I tried that, and I
yeah.
couldn't.
What I'll probably do if I have time is figure out the AIY kit specific commands.
Yeah.
And then I'll just talk to it by myself.
I'll be honest, like we kind of put it together and then just started saying things to it. We didn't really read the manual.
I like when I talk to Home Assistant. So we have Alexa and we have Google Home. We for like learning about it and experimenting and having this. When MOSFET, our cat, thinks I'm talking to MOSFET the cat, and he comes over and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "I'm talking to this robot voice thing over here," but he doesn't care. So he thinks I'm talking to him. He's happy about it. So he likes that. All right. Okay. Next up, how could I sell a product made with Arduino? Well, that is pretty easy. You don't even need to talk to Arduino if you don't want to. If you want to call it Arduino or do something with Arduino, check out arduino.cc. It's now one company, again, and they have a program called Arduino at Heart, where I believe you can license or work with them to use the name. But Arduino is open source. You can use all the great things about Arduino and make your own product.
Yeah.
And lots of people have. In fact, I don't have the photo set posted. We went to Barnes & Noble, and there was like 50 different Arduinos there. And there's entire toy companies built around something that looks like Arduino, that works with the Arduino IDE. The name of it is something Arduino. So you can build entire businesses and companies around. That was the strength of, and still the strength of Arduino. You can build an ecosystem around it. Okay. Let's see. I was going to write my first guide for profitable inclusion in Adafruit. Is there a template or guide to make the guide? Yeah, sort of. Greg, email me pt@Adafruit when you get a learn.adafruit.com account. And this is for folks who are like pretty far ahead in guide writing. Always use Instructables or Hackster and all that, so we can check it out. We want to make sure that the guide, because we have to review each one, make sure they work and all that. But Greg, I think you've done a bunch of projects, so email pt@Adafruit. I'll set you up an account, and when the first time you log in, it's like, here's a guide about making guides.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Any advice for FIRST Robotics and FIRST Robotic teams? Well, we get this question sometimes, and there is something I've learned after talking to Dean Kamen a few times, the students, the mentors. It looks like there's a lot of information that it's out there, but it's not in one spot. And it's like, oh, build a power supply for a robot. And it gets that gets duplicated over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the advice would be like, check out all the resources, Instructables.
I think Let's Build Robots, or let's make robots.
Yeah, because I think especially when you're on a deadline and it's for a competition, yes, you should absolutely learn stuff, but you also have to like get it done and maybe have something to check your work. The other thing is, now that we have the Discord community, you can probably get some real-time help from the community helpers. More so, use our forums if you're a customer. But also, I think there's more ways to get help, because you're probably up late. You're probably working on something, you're like, and you're with a team of people, and just having like that support structure. We're going to have some robotic stuff soon, too.
Yeah, we got that.
So, yeah, stay tuned with that. Okay. Let's see. I think we're almost through most of the questions. Yeah. All right. Good work, Lady Ada.
All right.
So let's give some away. What do you want to give away this week?
I'm going to give away an AIY kit, one of the boxes. So if you have a Raspberry Pi, we'll give you I think it's 3602.
Yeah.
We should look it up because if there's two product IDs. Yeah. Maybe you can do that.
But what are the rules? Because there's probably rules to this.
The rules are the first person to answer my questions will win this fabulous prize, which is the AIY pack from Magpie. You cannot have won anything before on this show. There's only one winner per my lifetime. And you're going to have to call the number when it appears on the screen. And then I'm going to ask you your name and where you're calling from and a project that you want to make or you're making, maybe in the next holiday months. And then that's it. And then we'll send you out this fabulous product.
Oh, you know what? One more thing,
Yeah.
because this is all happening so fast and so good, so new. There's also the Learn channel inside of Discord. You can get help on making Learn guides from the people. Yeah. So thank you, Kenny. All right. So
Okay. Can you look up the product ID after? Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Okay. Well, the phone lines are
So call this number.
about to be open.
And then
The phone lines are open.
call this number, and then I'm going to pick up, and I'm going to say hello. This
Yeah.
is.
Oh, maybe
Ask
turn down
Engine.
your computer.
And then turn down your computer,
Yeah.
and
Let's see if
it's
anyone-
going to work out.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone calls us.
That's going to be somebody should call.
Ring, ring, ring.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till it rings twice.
Twice, yes, that's the rule. Okay.
Hello, you've reached Ask an Engineer, and you're the winner.
Hi,
Hey, congratulations. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
this is Dave from Plainfield, Illinois.
Okay,
Dave.
Dave from Plainfield, Illinois. Well, congratulations. You're the winner of one of these AIY packs.
Which
Ooh,
one? Is it
the second one?
This one?
Yeah. And that's awesome. And what's a project that you're working on or you want to work on?
We've been working on a sort of a special purpose project, scoring system for our photography club that uses ESP.
Oh no. We lost you, Dave. Dave.
Oh, yeah? That's...
Oh. You can still hear Dave? I can't hear Dave anymore. Oh, my batteries ran out. All right, well.
Okay, well,
Lady
congratulations, Dave. We're going to send you out your fabulous prize. Maybe you can come on Show and Tell when you make this project with all this photography stuff. All you have to do is email support@adafruit.com and say, hey, this is Dave from Plainview, and I won the AIY pack, and they will send you out one as soon as possible. All right, thank you so much, Dave. All right, good night.
All right. My, you know, it's, oh, you know, I got to turn this off real quick. The, you know, the thing that happens sometimes is I forget to change the batteries on the hack payphone that transmits the audio and all that.
That's how people know it's live.
It's really live.
Dave was working on this photography project.
Yeah, we got that part in there.
Yeah, and yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And then with the ESP266, and a very nice fellow, and he's going to get one of the AIY kits. So don't forget to email support@adafruit.com, and hey, say hey, Dave, Plainview, Illinois.
Okay. Well, that's the show tonight, everybody. Don't forget the code is thankful. And once again, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, happy whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, and beyond. This is working out. And thanks to all the Adafruit team members,
Some turkey,
the Adafruit
cranberry
community,
sauce, stuffing.
employees that are helping out, the
Pumpkin pie.
remote team members, pretty much everyone. And
Candy yams.
thanks for everyone who's helped kind of keep this maker community going and building connections and and more. So
we do this year after year, so it's working out.
yeah, it's like 10 years or
I
something
know.
like that.
More.
So,
It's
yeah, we'll
12
just keep
it's 12
doing it.
years now.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Coming on
and
13.
thanks Hackaday folks who sent me out all these stickers and stuff for my collection. Thank you. That was nice. And we'll see everybody next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Here is a picture of MOSFET the cat, or as he likes to be called now, OK Google. And here is your moment of Zener.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful holiday.
Bye-bye.